What's up guys, Rand Razor here with a random product review video for you guys, and today we check out the Dewalt Thermometer reader. So of course, without further ado, let's slice this open, check it out, and give you guys my quick in-depth review. Alright, so slicing this open, the first thing that we get is a case, which I wasn't expecting, but you do get a Dewalt branded durable tough case for your thermometer, and removing the plastic seal there, we finally have the thermometer itself. So it looks like we have an instruction manual here, 112-volt battery, as well as a charger and the thermometer right here. Alright, so here is the Dewalt thermometer itself, and as you guys can see here, it's not too big compared to ones you may find on Amazon or something. It's a little bit beefier than ones that you normally expect, but obviously it's because it's designed to be a little more tougher than your average one. Has a good amount of grip. For those of you who use Dewalt drills, this is going to be pretty familiar in terms of how this part feels like here. Plastic trigger, rubber grip here, so it's very comfortable and ergonomic. And you also have a large rubber guard that surrounds the entire screen and buttons here for added durability. And there's not much to really give you guys an overview of. Most of this is pretty much rubber on top of plastic in terms of the construction. Got the DeWalt logo here, 12-volt max battery on the bottom here, which as mentioned earlier can be used on a 20-volt charger if you already have 20-volt DeWalt tools. Here's your heat sensor on the top here, as well as a built-in laser on the bottom here to give you better accuracy when you're pointing it. And to fire this up, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is just push the trigger here, and it automatically turns on. It does take a few seconds, so it's not instant, but once you're on, it's ready to go. So you have 5 different buttons here, your arrow keys to move your options up and down. You can change between Celsius and Fahrenheit. We also have an EMS button, and basically what this button does, which I'll show you guys later in this video, is sets up your sensitivity for whatever object or material that you're pointing at. So in short, the EMS button here, basically what it does is that you can preset the thermometer here to whatever surface and material that you're pointing at. Now you don't have to do this, but the whole point of the EMS button here is that because everything or every material emits heat differently, for example, water versus oil versus wood versus metal, everything emits heat differently. And basically what this does is gives you the option of selecting a predetermined material to give you better accurate temperature readings. The other 2 buttons here, one's for setting your minimum and maximum, and the top one here is to set your alarms. So basically you can preset your LED lights to turn on and off. So if you want the cold light to come on or the hot light to come on when it hits your minimum or max, you can set them to turn on or off. You can also set an alarm. This thing does beep. I find the beep really annoying, so I turn mine off, but you can do that as well. Here's a quick look at the LEDs here. This one here is cold, and my hand might be hot enough to set off the, nope, it's not hot enough. So normally the other side is obviously red. So these temperature guns here are pretty useful, not just for the trades of using it to test or to measure the temperature of each materials of whatever you're doing, but you can also use it for a variety of other features. For example, energy efficiency around your home. So we can use this to detect leaks where heat or cold air might be coming in around particular windows or doors. And temperature guns like this are also good for using it for food. For example, if you're cooking or measuring the temperature of your food inside the fridge to ensure everything is nice and cool. Now keep in mind, this is meant for measuring surface temperature. So for example, if you're trying to measure a steak, which is kind of random, but the most important part of a steak is the internal temperature, which this cannot do. You can measure the outside, but it's not going to be helpful if you can't measure the inside. You could kind of get away with measuring air temperature by pointing this at an object that's been in a room for a while, or if you're doing outdoors, just pointing at the sky, and I seem to get pretty accurate readings of what the forecast is that day. So it can measure air temperature in certain circumstances. So here's a quick demo of the thermometer here. If we point it at the table here right now, the temperature is 19 degrees or 19.5 degrees. If we point this at the window, looks like the window is roughly about 3.6 degrees, 3.4 degrees, which kind of makes sense since outdoor temperature right now, according to the forecast, is -8. And let's check on my hand here. Looks like my hand is emitting about 23 degrees Celsius. All right. So in short, a very easy and basic thing to read, and the backlighting on this display here certainly helps to see at night. Overall, guys, I've been using this for a few months now on just a bunch of random things. I've been pretty happy with it. I do find temperature guns to be a pretty useful thing to have at home or if you're in the trade. So I did pick up the Dewalt one here to replace my old Mastercraft one, which died for some reason. I think the battery connection broke or something. But anywho, pretty happy with the Dewalt one so far. It has rechargeable batteries, so I don't have to constantly replace 9-volt batteries that the old Mastercraft one used. The temperature reading seems to be a little bit more accurate compared to the Mastercraft one, and definitely this should last longer considering it's better built and has a rechargeable lithium battery. In terms of any cons or things I don't like about this, I want to say the size may be a little bit too big for some people in terms of like ease of carrying this or lugging it around, but it's not a terrible size. It's not like it's the size of a compact drill, but it's definitely a more beefier version than your traditional temperature reader that you would normally find at like Walmart or Amazon. So far I've been using this for a month, and the battery status indicator here says it's still full, so this 12-volt battery certainly lasts for quite a while so far. But anyways, not much else to say about this. For those of you who are in the market for a new temperature gun, temperature reader, whichever one you want to call it, then the Dewalt one here is certainly an excellent choice. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you guys have any questions or comments about this, ask away in the comment section there down below. Hit that like button, as always helps me out, and I'll see you all in the next video.